Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to race number 1 of the part-timer series. As we are here at Talladega for 10 laps of racing. 2 times for the pit stop frequency. Cautions are on. On the front row, we have 2 rookies. In the number 4 Stewart-Haas car is Michael Cavanero. And in the number 78 Chevy for Roaring Lion Motorsports, we have Cameron Harple. Row 2, we've got Ace Rogers and Karen Vieira. Row 3, Paul Sardina, James Morton. Row 4, Mason Powers, Nathan Rogers. And in row 5, Caleb Hoffman and Kate Rogers. A lot of new drivers, a lot more part-timers this season. Got 30 part-timers. Some of those are Cup drivers from last season, including Karen Vieira, James Morton, Nathan Rogers, Kate Rogers, Tony Vieira, Scott Greeny, Jim Morton, and Ryan Shea. Including new drivers, we mentioned Michael Cavanero, Ace Rogers, Caleb Hoffman, Emily Brooks, Chloe Baker, Cody Hagan, Nick Pericles, Kyle Collins, Colby Alves, Brad Lewis, Skylar Dixon, and Philip Goldberg. So a lot of new drivers here. Not really any new teams. So it should be a very interesting race. It's going to be very quick. Onboards for today include the 4 of Michael Cavanero and the 63 of Ace Rogers, as well as some other onboards. Usually everybody's got an onboard camera nowadays. So command about to be given to go green flag racing as the drivers will start their engines. Colby Alves is the younger brother of Austin Alves, who's racing in Cup right now. Should be interesting to see which drivers will make the Cup race. Now, here's the thing. For the Cup race, it is the top 6 finishers from this race. Actually, no. The drivers that finish first and second in a given part-timers race will race in 2 Cup races until the next part-timers race, where then that will be redecided. Now, 3rd through 6th will race in the first race, and then 7th to 10th in the second race for Cup, if you get my saying. But if there's questions, I'll explain it further in the comments. Go green flag racing, 10 laps. Cautions are on. Caution past lap 6 will probably end the race. Who's going to make it? The top 6 finishers will make the Mtn Dew Kickstart 500. That is the Cup race. And qualifying will follow this race for that Cup race. Green flag is out. The part-timers series is underway. Michael Cavanero leads it. James Morton looking on the inside of Ace Rogers. So like I said, the top 6 finishers will make the Talladega race, or the Cup race, I should say. Now, the top 2 will also race number 2, which is at Martinsville. Now, 3rd to 6th will not race that, but 7th to 10th will. First lap on the way right now. Michael Cavanero, James Morton, 1-2. Powers, 3. Emily Brooks, 4. Cindy Vieira, 5. And Chloe Baker in 6th. Front Row Motorsports expanding this season to a 3-car team. Sam Rogers heading that team in the 38 Ford. And right now, Michael Cavanero with the lead. As Mason Powers sits behind in second, 2 laps down, 8 to go. This is a relatively short sprint race. Now Powers clearly in second. Chloe Baker and Cody Hagan on the bottom. Caleb Hoffman moving his way up in the bottom. They're doing a pretty good job of just keeping it 3 by 3. As now Baker moves firmly in the third. Hagan firmly in the fourth. Hoffman into fifth with Nick Pericles moving into sixth. As Chloe Baker will go to pass Mason Powers. And now Caleb Hoffman making it 3 wide for third. As Nick Pericles, and here comes Colby Alves running the Camping World scheme this week. As Ace Rogers started to the bottom, there's Scott Greening, Tony Vieira back there. Also behind them in the 34 there is Kyle Collins. Eric Caralla down on the bottom in the 07, but Michael Cavanero started on the pole, and he has not looked back. Caleb Hoffman up to second. Philip Goldberg not being able to make any charges up here. He's still in 30th. Ryan Shea has not been able to make that much of an advantage either. But Michael Cavanero dominating here today at Talladega. He could be a threat to maybe get the pole. Hoffman in second. The battle for the top 6 is pretty much very close right now, as they are almost 5 wide back here, that they'll settle it back to 3. And now they're back to 4 wide. Tony Vieira is going to make it 4 wide. Hoffman clearly in second, trying to scout down Michael Cavanero. Hoffman driving on Team United with champion Greg Lyons. So Hoffman trying to learn from the best, currently up in second place. Coming to 4 laps to go this time by. It's Tony Vieira and Ace Rogers. Oh, there's a wreck! They're wrecking! This could be the race! Cavanero gets it at the line. Hoffman second, Tony Vieira third, Ace Rogers fourth, Scott Greeny fifth, and Kate Rogers sixth. Paul Sardinia, Mason Powers, Cameron Hopple, Jim Morton just got turned up the track. Oh, and they're still wrecking. That is Philip Tringali, who was in 11th all the way to the bottom of the track. As everybody had to slow down for the pace car. Now, I don't think they're going to go back green, so let's see what caused our caution here. So here it is. Skylar Dixon's going to make it 5 wide. Paul Sardini and Mason Powers already got together. That's just going to show him up. Eric Caralla involved. Wow, look at Paul Sardinia. There's Cody Hagan involved. Mason Powers flipping. Holy crap. That's a wreck. Look at Eric Caralla barrel rolling down the front straightaway. Wow. Let's take onboards here. Actually, wait, let's take another look at this. Let's take a look at this full speed from the 26 here. This tears up the catch fence completely. Wow. Riding on board with Cody Hagan. Oh, wow, he just got a car right on top of him. On board with Jim Morton. Wow, tough break for the 23. On board with Paul Sardinia. Wow. Now riding on board with Mason Powers. Tough break for Mason. Finally on board with Eric Harala. That was a long barrel roll down the front straightaway. So, drivers that have DNF'd, all that were involved: Eric Harala, Paul Sardinia, Mason Powers, Cody Hagan, and Jim Morton. So, caution flag still out, not going back green. Michael Cavanero will win this race here at Talladega. That is the Diet Mountain Dew 150. So he and second place finisher Caleb Hoffman will race Talladega and Martinsville. Tony Vieira, Ace Rogers, Scott Greeny, and Kate Rogers will get to race the Cup race for Talladega. So they will be in that. But as for Martinsville, Tony Vieira, Ace Rogers, Scott Greeny, and Kate Rogers, they will race Talladega, but they are not racing Martinsville. Instead, Kyle Collins, Skylar Dixon, Brad Lewis, and Zachary Fitzwater will be racing Martinsville in the part for drivers from part-timers, along with Hoffman and Cavanero. So that is how we're doing it this year. Top two at a part-timers race both Cup races. And then 3rd to 6th is the race in the track they're at, and then 7th to 10th is the next track Cup goes to. So that's how it's being done this season as we come through the out of turn 4 down into the tri-oval. Michael Cavanero starting off strong and a lot better than I believe is it his son or his father. I don't know. Anyway, he's doing better than Allen is, so he gets his first win here at Talladega. It's not Cup, but it's something. Checkered flag waves. Michael Cavanero will win the Diet Mountain Dew 150. So he starts off this 12-race series strong, and we will see you guys for Mountain Dew Kickstart 500 qualifying in a little bit.